go, bud. Come on. He moved. Oh, good morning. Here you go, handsome. Here you go. Oh, it feels pretty nice out here this morning. You guys see the ghosts I put up yesterday. I did a horrible job at the end of the day of showing you any of the things that I put up. I'm sorry. There's 5 of them total. One of them's tiny. Yeah. It was just mostly that and my Annalie elves dolls in the curio cabinet. And a couple other things. Yeah, Jules is out ready to go this morning. I saw charging start, so it should be 90%. And you can see the rest of the ghosts, the other 3 on this end. Like I said, there's 5. 5 total. I think Don is down the hill. Watering the plant at the mailbox and getting his paper. He's such a good boy. Hey, Tux. Hi. Come here, buddy. They're eating, so you don't have to test the gauntlet right now. Hi, good morning. Did you get enough? You know, they eat a little and then they usually go back for a second round. Gotta check out the property, see what's going on with our friends, though. Did you get it all watered?
Yep, ma'am.
Can you do my plants on both sides of the garage door?
Sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's seeming darker and darker in the morning. We're a little late today. It's already 6:37. I gotta scoot. I need help with the car door.
You scooch by and I'll go and run up there and catch it.
Well, I've got my coffee this morning and Jules won't pop it and we're running late and just please open it for me.
Yeah.
I need more help than just getting it out of the garage today.
My pleasure, ma'am. It's my pleasure. Here.
Thank you. Come on, Tesla. Add the door pop to the other doors and cars in the fleet as an option, please. So 237 at 90%. Ruby's 205 at 80%.
Right. Yeah, I think I remember the last time I charged that. I don't remember. I think it was like 270 is what it made it to on 100% charge. Or something.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, plenty. I'm doing good for today, which she charged up as expected and stuff, so. Well, okay, let's see. I noticed on the HomeLink screen that it says activate versus open or close because it doesn't know which way it's going. On Ruby, you just have the symbol and it says left door. It doesn't actually say open, activate, or any. It's a little different. I noticed that. And well,
hopefully they'll make it better because we have our garage door opener has the ability to know if it's open or closed.
Right.
I mean, the HomeLink doesn't, but the
A thing.
Google and A both know the status of the garage.
All right. Well, despite it being 6:45, it's saying 7:24, which will turn into 7:30, but we won't be late.
I understand.
I love you.
I love you too.
Bye.
Kiss, kiss. Bye bye.
Look at those pretty pinks this morning. East is to our right. So we're basically headed north right now, so that's kind of like the bounce off reflection. It's pretty. So coming up here on the right at the Chevy place, John Heister Chevrolet, we haven't seen the Rivian all week, so we think it's sold. I mean, that's the only conclusion we could come to, but the Lightning and the Model 3s and the Ioniq 5, they're all still on the lot there at Inline Auto Sales. I see the Lotus is back out front this morning. It's moved around also, but we haven't seen the Rivian for enough days now, or down at the building because we've looked to kind of draw the conclusion it's either sold or it's moved someplace else. And then I was just gonna say that I'm really thankful to have Jules to drive this morning since we didn't get Ruby back yesterday. Super thankful. Because once for me and Dawn, once you drive a Tesla, electric car, you just don't want to be in anything else. So, and the controls and stuff are all similar enough here that it's a good ride. I miss Ruby's door opening and I miss Ruby's suspension, but other than that, I could get used to the additional speed. As Jules is a performance Y, it is. Have to be careful I don't put my foot all the way down. So I happened to notice that Jules wants us to turn and get on Lake Wheeler Road to go downtown. And if you look really careful over here, you can see that part of the trip is, Johnny, can you pinch it so it's bigger near the redness? There's some spots there that aren't in good shape, so I guess I'm gonna listen because our arrival time's already moved to 7:30. There must be an accident up there, and we've been caught before, and it's disastrous once you get trapped down that way. Well, I'm glad we noticed that Jules was redirecting us. I did have Johnny, excuse me, double check on his phone that Google on his phone was also saying to get off onto Lake Wheeler, and it was, just as a sanity check there. I mean, once it starts to back up due to some sort of accident in the morning, it doesn't recover very quick. Like, you know, after rush hour at 10 o'clock it might be recovered. So we'll just do the best we can. It's telling me to get back up on I-40 though and circle underneath the south side of the city over to the east side to get to the school, because the school is in the northeast quadrant. I'm thinking about if I want to follow the directions to that extent. We'll see as we get closer. We still have a chance of being on time, but it is in jeopardy now. I think, if I remember hearing correctly, the traffic rerouting, if it's going to be more than 10 minutes, it reroutes you. So it's definitely reroutes due to some end amount of time that it thinks, you know, it will save you. Clear, it's really right here that the problem is. On the inbound direction, it's basically solid red. So another new neighborhood going in just north of Simpkins Road, because, you know, traffic in the morning, we need more people dumping onto this. I would say that the rework that they've done on this intersection over here has really helped. 2 lanes going left, 1 to the right, and 1 straight. Here's this at Lake Wheeler and Tryon Road. It used to be just 2 lanes here, and it was an absolute disaster, and like backed up all the way down to Yates Mill. And I would say the work that they've done here is really paying off. Let's follow the white Model 3 around the loop. So yesterday, Donnie said something to me interesting. He says, I wonder what day you're going to show up to shop at Whole Foods and the cars in the parking lot are going to be 50% electric. Because, you know, right now on any given day, I'm going there and there's 3 or 4 electric cars in the parking lot. Pretty average, I would say, is 4. Oh, here's the bus. Great. I actually do better downtown than I used to with narrow spaces, and I should be better in Jules because Jules feels smaller than Ruby. But still, it's just always going to be hard for me. So the bus and we got past each other okay, but I didn't like it. I'm not ever going to like it. All I was trying to say is, you know, there's like usually 4 or 5 electric cars at Whole Foods when I go, either ones I see on the way in or on the way out. But, you know, Dawn was like, you know, remember when there was like that odd Tesla you'd see someplace, and now coming and going, I'm seeing multiple Teslas every day. And there's always, you know, almost always another Tesla at Whole Foods, and now also maybe another EV. So we just wonder, you know, that's the next thing we're looking for, is when do we have, like at Whole Foods, an electric car mecca? When are we going to see like 50% coverage? And I would assert that it'll be sooner than we all thought it would be. I know that last year when they were saying, oh, well, you know, it's going to take longer than we thought for EVs to catch on. It's, you know, a pipe dream that EVs are going to catch on. And then this year's headlines are, wow, EVs are taking over quicker than we thought. The conversion to EV, however you want to phrase it, takeover can sound so negative. But, you know, they're really catching on quicker than we thought, you know. And part of that was, of course, the gas going up causes people to make potentially a change in decision. But some of it is just people are realizing it's doable, and you know, there's multiple factors. So the price parity is closer now. There's more used ones on the market so that folks can get into a lower cost by possibly. I know right now the cars are selling, used cars are selling almost more than they were when they were new. But there's several factors for why they're catching on a little quicker. Well, I mean, I think some of us thought they were going to catch on at about the rate they're catching on, and some people are feeling surprised by it. But, so let's see, it's 2022. I'm going to say 50% by March of 2024 at Whole Foods. That's just my guess. That would be quite the amount of exponential growth, but I'm just putting a stake in the ground. That's my guess. I'll have to ask Don on the morning walk this morning when he thinks that will actually be. I'm not going to be stopped here long. It's Michelle's shopping day, and I got to get home so we can do our walk. As far as I know, we're a go for this morning, although I'm trying to be really easy going with Don this week. His stuff is still go live Friday night at, I think he told me 6 o'clock or something. Johnny and I are planning to leave for Hickory shortly after we get home from school, like by 3 p.m. Give us a 90-minute turnaround window, take care of the cats, get our stuff gear loaded up. I'd like to be in Hickory before dark. I don't want to be driving out there in the dark. There's just no reason for it. I would if I had to. I don't mind driving around town over there once I figure out where the hotel is and the science center and the I think we're going to eat at a Texas steakhouse. You know, we want a carnivore, ketovore meal, so that will work for us. But that's the current game plan. I don't see us leaving later than 3. If we leave at 2:30, that's good. We'll just leave when we're ready to leave, but 3 is the goal. So anyway, I don't have a lot of extra time this morning. I feel closer to more normally energetic today. I am still having some pain along the base of my skull and the back of my neck, more on the right side yesterday and today, but maybe not quite as bad as it was. I went ahead and I took 2 Excedrin. God, that's the 3rd day in a row I never take stuff. But I'm like, well, first off, it makes me worry. Something's really wrong with me. Besides, you know, the average person wouldn't be too concerned about it, but my concern level is higher than the average person. And number 2 is I'm not having it mess up my day with Michelle, so I went ahead and took 2 Excedrin, and I imagine that'll knock it down to a quite, you know, tolerable level. But the energy level feels good, and I've been doing salt water, you know, rinses every couple of hours, and I'm just determined. I got to be well enough to drive Johnny tomorrow. I'm not letting that kid down. And I do feel well enough to drive him. Sitting is better than standing, even when I wasn't feeling so energetic. But, you know, I'm just trying to get myself in good shape. I'm ready to be normal. I know my voice sounds a little off, but trust me, everything is doing a little better this morning. I know you guys have been pulling for me and leaving me get well wishes, and I super appreciate it. Super appreciate it. Oh, and no updates from Tesla about Ruby overnight. I wasn't expecting any, but sometimes I understand they're working a night shift now, and her Falcon Wing and front passenger door are still open. So I believe she stayed inside overnight, which is always going to work for me. I'm sensitive, so when I pick her up, I know she will have a little bit of a different odor after being left open inside the shop where they use some chemicals. But last time it faded within a day, so not a huge deal. But it's something I'll be able to notice, and I suspect I'll notice even though I've had the cold, but maybe not quite as much. So we'll just be waiting to hear what Tesla says. Optimally would be they would let us know by 1 p.m. that she's really ready instead of moving out the 12:15 pickup time. And more importantly, Don would be free to go with me to pick up Johnny. So maybe like he could drive to Guardian Angel and we would just leave the GMC there, take Jules to get Johnny, make the loop over to Tesla to get Ruby, and then come home. We'd still have to go pick up the GMC, but or I'd leave Guardian Angel early enough to go grab him at the house, when it's something like that. That would be optimal because Johnny does have Taekwondo tonight, but we'll play it by ear. So Don's got his National Drive Electric Week shirt on this morning out here on the trail, and we are signed up for October the 1st to go hang out with our friend Julio. Yeah, that's from last year. He hooked you up with that shirt. Back at Fayetteville again, where we were last year, where Don had his first launch in a plaid.
This is, yeah, that's right.
A plaid S, yep.
This shirt is made out of that cotton something. It's really soft. I have this same cotton that's a little thicker. This is I don't want to call it a freebie, so it isn't the really heavy duty cotton, but it's that really soft stuff. I really like this one.
Well, maybe Julio will hook you up with a shirt this year too.
Right.
So anyway, National Drive Electric Week is coming up, and if you're on the fence about driving an electric car and not already driving one, you should check out an event near you if you're able. I mean, I know it's all US, but it might also be Canada. Maybe it's extended to Europe now. I don't know.
And who knows? You get a goodie bag if you come to the one in Fayetteville. We gave everybody who came a goodie bag.
Yeah. Trinkets and trash, we used to call that at IBM. Yeah. And let's see. We're also going to be up at the solar farm that following Thursday for their solar fest with the kids coming through. So fun times. Hopefully the weather's going to break. Our weather guy was saying it's possible that today is the last 90-degree day of the summer, and it's going to be a scorcher. It's looking like this year is going to be the third greatest of all time number of 90-degree days since they started keeping records. We're not sure when that is. We're thinking the 50s. But if we don't have any more 90-degree days, we're going to be solidly stuck in third place. And that was just fine with all of us. So, and it looks like Fiona's curved away, the hurricane, but still a concern for Canada. But now there's this other yet to be named storm brewing in the tropics. Looks like it stands a strong chance in coming through the Yucatan Peninsula into the Gulf of Mexico and then doing something. And the headlines this morning was, Fiona is out of the way, but massive storm heading toward the U.S., you know, because we got to get clicks. But it definitely bears some watching into later next week. It's a solid 10 days from causing us trouble. But our hurricane season goes until November sometime, and maybe even December now. And although we have passed the peak day a few days ago, as far as the potential for troublesome storms, we're still solidly in hurricane season, so don't let it fool you and don't get caught off guard. It's one of the reasons why we prepare around here with generators and water and easy to eat, prepare foods and that kind of thing. Well, we taught with Miss Rose around the track all 3 times, and at 85, let me tell you, she can talk and keep up and walk, and I mean, you know, she just is good about going around the track and carrying on a conversation as we are, sharp as a whip. Learn some stuff from her. And there's a Polestar making a left turn there at the traffic light. I had to wait for it and 10 other cars to come down Main Street before I could turn out off of our road there. I don't know if that's black or a charcoal gray color. I can't quite tell. It looks more charcoal gray. I'm sure that's not the official color, but maybe. Hey girl. Yes, Ruby is still at Tesla service. They're still trying to fix her autopilot camera issue.
Well, you know,
I wasn't expecting not to have her back today, and I'm upset because your Halloween stuff is in the back of Ruby.
Oh.
You know I ride around with stuff back there for you all the time when I stop and I collect things because I don't have any place else to put it. And I was expecting her back yesterday, and so I'm very disappointed. So let's see, Harry Potter, is it new?
No, this is William Butcherson from Hocus Pocus.
Oh, I see Disney now on the side. Way cool, and it got a matching top going on with it and everything.
Yes.
Look at you, snazzy girl. Me, I walked and came in the house, made my very necessary second cup of coffee, and ran to the car as fast as I could.
Oh, you look great.
Oh, thanks. But I would like to have on a Halloween fall themed something outfit. And
Orange.
right, I have on orange and black today. That's true. See? Orange and black. That didn't take long. Not long at all. Yay. All right, that's a must. And this is a probable, so I think we'll stick the mug inside so it'll be all nice and soft. We just love Halloween. We do. We just love it. Oh, wow. They're all different. Well, no, there's two different ones of him. Who made that? Can't tell. 'Tis the season to glow. Those are uranium plates. They show up under the black light. They're gorgeous. And then look at this pig over here. Libby glass. Libby amber glass. He's pretty unique. I've never seen a pig-shaped pickle jar before. We'll call it a pickle jar. You can be a gorilla. That is, if it were going to be cold this year, that would be a great costume. I kind of like the skeleton onesie. Scarecrow? No, suit. Aw, little Wonder Woman. Your backpack is scary today. It's very scary.
But he's a good guy in Hocus Pocus.
Okay. Okay, I'm putting Dawn in that this year. Well, we're gonna assume that somebody wants to be Indiana Jones for Halloween.
Marianne wants to be
Will you stop saying things that I cannot put in the video? Bad girl. We might be in trouble with the amount of stuff in the cart and under the cart. And then, oh, it's so adorable, but which one of the cats needs a bunk bed to get up to the bunk or something? Oh my God, I love that. Wow. Built-in storage and everything. That is awesome. There's a couple of older Canon digital cameras here, and there's a Polaroid photo frame, and they added a lot of stuff to Grandpa's attic today. Too bad Dawn's not here to peruse it. Black kitty socks. Are they the cat's pajamas because they look good with cat hair on them? They're a little too worn out, the fabric, and also too small. I went right past that. Tell us what it is.
It's from Vans. It's Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah. I didn't recognize that. And she's even got her little fish on the back. That's so cool. We had two vintage Anna Lee elves here today with little real paper trick-or-treat bags. It's so cool. I had fun.
And try not to go through too many time warps at a time, okay?
Only one time zone at a time? Okay, well I have important Guardian Angel merchandise in the back, so I need to chill in the Performance Y on the way downtown. There are advantages to this car. It's going on 2 o'clock and I'm almost over to the school. I'll sit at St. Monica's for about 20 minutes. I should pick Johnny up about 2:25. That leaves him time to walk from his class that gets out at 2:15 up to the security booth gate area. Michelle and I had a great time. We had a definite shopping cart full of stuff today, and for both of us. I was excited about the Anna Lee dolls, and I was excited about the Halloween mugs, and it was just a really fun time in there today. Jules is telling me it's 95 degrees out there right now. Wow, just wow. Although Dawn was telling me, you know, take long sleeves on the trip this weekend because we're headed to the mountains, at least the lower mountains in Hickory, and we have an overnight low of 48. I think that's probably Saturday night though. And anyway, I'm liable to want I'll be cold if all I take is short sleeve or sleeveless stuff. I need to be prepared to switch up, wear layers or something. So Tesla went in and they moved Ruby's pickup time until 2:30 tomorrow, and no update. I really wish that they had a requirement that if they switch the pickup time that they have to put some verbal words in there as to what's going on. So of course I put an update in there asking for the tech to please explain what the game plan is on fixing her and what they've done and what they plan to do. I mean, you know, if she needs to stay there till tomorrow, I need to know why. How is that going to make a difference? And oh, by the way, as you guys know, I'm trying to leave for Hickory tomorrow in Ruby, and so this did not please me that the time got moved off of today. Was not pleasing. Yeah, just go through the red light, what the heck, and not get all the way through the intersection and block people. Yeah, it's good. So I'm waiting for them to tell me something, and I really hope it is something that I'm happy about hearing versus, yeah, we just need more time to diagnose it. I want details. So, yeah, a little disappointing. It doesn't look like we'll be picking up Ruby today, but like I said, I mean, there's no sense picking her up if she's not fixed. However, you know, I kind of felt like it should have been treated like you go to the post office and you want to mail a package and you've got one of those like special insurance things or whatever, and they send you over back to fill out a piece of paper, and they tell you to come right back up to the counter when you're done. You don't have to wait in the line again so they can finish processing you. Well, I kind of felt like since the last time I picked her up, they told me she was fixed and to finish the calibration, and you know, I know they knew she was. I mean, I'm not critiquing that, but when she wasn't, then I had to wait through the normal wait process again. They didn't fit me in. I just kind of felt like they should have fit me in since they didn't really fix her, right? Why am I waiting like it's a brand new problem again when it's not? And yeah, I'm just frustrated. I am. I try never ever to admit my frustration on video, but I might be a little frustrated today. So when I know something else, I'll let you guys know. And like I said, hopefully they'll really tell me what's going on. And you know, I need to be convinced that they've done things, and despite those things aren't, you know, they still don't know. So I pulled up here at home and got out the Ryobi small shop vac and vacuumed Jules. The driver's mat was particularly bad because Dawn picks up trash at the park and we're always getting in and out, and they're mowing the grass over there. So I wanted to, since I know, you know, if you notice something that needs to be addressed, you stop and you handle it. My side needed a vacuuming too. Don came out and he carried in all of my Guardian Angel packages, and he made the mistake of asking me how Ruby was. Haven't heard anything more from Tesla. I am so excited about the stuff in my goodie bag from Michelle. First off, I have a fairy garden pumpkin themed autumn set to put out. And probably at the last convention she went to, she picked me up Mr. Spock, and for Johnny, a Wally and an Eva. Then there's a new Anna Lee, like I have a new one every year. This is a spider with a skull caught in his spider web. He's pretty cool. Cat toys, because we wouldn't want to leave out the cat, especially the black cat. And I had teased her about what was she doing wearing this cat necklace, and how could she have that and not have given me one? And I'm thinking she already had it. But you remember last week she had said she'd left it at the house. It just was odd because I'm the black cat girl. Anyway, what an awesome goodies. I mean, it's like it's Christmas and it's not October. It seems like it should be October. It's September. It's too warm for October. And no word from Tesla. I'm just sitting here in the Taekwondo parking lot, playing Pokemon Go and reading my mail and getting caught up on a few things. Yeah, it's Thursday night. Johnny's been at home getting his robot stuff ready because we're basically going to come home tomorrow and woodpecker, you know, go, not have a lot of time. So he was working on robot stuff, working on homework. It's at Taekwondo. It's gonna go home, rinse, repeat, more of the same. So I'm in Jules. I think it's pretty obvious I'm in Jules, right? Doesn't look radically different, but there are a few telltale signs that without pointing at the center screen that let you know I'm in Jules. One would be the little kitty cat cup holder in the back, middle of the back, right? So they did not complete Ruby today. Last I looked, she is still sitting with her falcon wing door open and her passenger door open. I'm double checking that to see. Maybe they've closed her up now, because she had been sitting there open. I need to go look in Teslafy to see if they've moved her. And they basically went in today and moved the time till tomorrow afternoon and didn't give me an update. And I asked for an update, and the update that I got was not the update that I wanted. It wasn't from the tech. It had no meaningful detail except that we're still in diagnosis. So I don't know what that means. All I really wanted them to say was, hey, Marianne, not Donald, because I'm not Donald, and Don is not really, well, he's technically Donald, but he's not Donald either. It's like, they don't even look to see that I signed it, Marianne, that I switched the ticket over to me, nothing. It's just, that's frustration number one. It's like I don't exist sometimes. Not Don's fault. Don doesn't do that to me. But all I really wanted them to do was say, hey, Marianne, we've really spent some time looking at Ruby. We calibrated, checked all the camera calibrations. We've checked for signal degradation. We've checked the cables. We tried plugging in the other cable. Nothing is seeming to fix this problem. And we've sent it up to level 3 of Fremont or wherever remote diagnostics is. And we're just kind of looking for some help to know what to do next because we're sort of stumped. So all they had to say is, we're sorry. We know you need your car back. We know you miss Ruby. We're just stumped. We don't know what to do. That's all they had to say. But they didn't say that. They just basically said, it's still in diagnosis, Donald. And, you know, when we know more, we'll tell you more. And if you really need to know anything, you should just ask us. Well, I did ask you, but you didn't tell me. I got the feeling it really wasn't even anybody in Raleigh that was answering me, which was sad. But maybe it was, but I don't know. I think Elon should be me for a day and deal with the service stuff. I know they're too busy over there. I get it. I know Ruby's problem would be fixed if they knew what to do to fix it. I get all of that. So I'm still not angry. I am, however, frustrated. I mean, I'm going to have to drive Jules tomorrow. And Jules is great. It's a Tesla. It's electric. It's fast. It performs well. It's got the beta on it. You know, I can get over the fact that the doors don't open for me. It's okay, right? But I just want Ruby because Ruby's my car. I'm used to Ruby. I'm used to where everything is on Ruby. I'd just rather drive Ruby. I'm sure you guys get that, right? The Y's a great car. It's just not my car. So obviously Don doesn't care because he's going to be on the phone for like forever. And if he has an emergency and needs to go someplace, he'll just hop in the GMC. And if the GMC should be working great, but he's also got the van. And he's not going to need to go anywhere or go anywhere while I'm gone anyway. He might run if he has time, but so I don't know. But we'll be driving Jules tomorrow. Unless they pop up tomorrow morning with a miraculous Ruby's fixed and ready to be picked up, they would have to let me know by, they'd really need to let me know by 11. If they don't let me know by 11 and I head downtown without Dawn, then I'm really not going to have time to go pick up Ruby. Or I am going to be really grumpy about trying to squeeze out an extra hour and leaving for Hickory late to go get Ruby. One of the two. Which means Ruby's going to be up there all weekend. Which I'm not happy about either, because, you know, Don's not going to go pick her up by himself, obviously. I mean, I guess he could use the Uber credits to get up to Tesla and drive Ruby home, but he probably wouldn't have time. So, anyway, that was probably too many words and too long an assessment of Ruby still not fixed, and I'm living with that as best as I can.